G'day mates, or should I say, hello friends! Zach the History Dog here, ready to sniff out some incredible tales from the past. And today, we've got a real bone to chew on. We're ready to dig up the story of a true Canadian legend, Tommy Prince, a name that echoes through the halls of courage and resilience. He was as brave as a lion, roaring in the face of adversity, never backing down from a challenge. A true symbol of courage. As clever as a dingo, always thinking one step ahead, using his wits to outsmart the enemy. His strategic mind was a force to be reckoned with, and a hero for his people, a beacon of hope and pride for the First Nations community, carrying their spirit with him wherever he went. Today, we'll journey back in time, peeling back the layers of history like an onion, to uncover the extraordinary life of this remarkable man, to discover what made Tommy Prince so special, what drove him, what inspired him, and what made him a true Canadian icon. He wasn't just a soldier, he was something more. He was a warrior embodying the strength and resilience of his ancestors, a leader guiding his comrades through the darkest of times with unwavering resolve, and a champion, a true testament to his skill, determination, and unwavering spirit. His courage and smarts, a combination that made him an unstoppable force on the battlefield, made him stand out on the battlefields of Europe, a shining star amidst the chaos and destruction of war. Tommy's story is packed with heart, a reminder that even in the midst of conflict, humanity can prevail. Grit, the kind that's forged in the fires of adversity, the kind that never gives up no matter the odds, and inspiration, a beacon of hope for generations to come, proving that one person can make a world of difference. So get comfy, settle in, and prepare to be amazed. And let's uncover the life, the trials and the triumphs of this remarkable human, a true Canadian hero whose story deserves to be told. Forget capes, this isn't a story about fiction. Tommy's real power came from his heritage, his connection to the land, and the wisdom of his ancestors. An unbreakable spirit, a spirit that could not be broken, a will that could not be denied. He proved that anyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, no matter where they come from or what challenges they face, can make a massive difference, can leave a lasting legacy on the world. His journey wasn't easy. It was filled with obstacles and hardships, but he never gave up. He persevered through it all, emerging stronger and more determined than ever. We'll start at the beginning, at the very roots of his story, when Tommy was just a young pup himself. A young boy with dreams as big as the sky. Let's dig in and unearth the story. Let's uncover the truth of Sergeant Tommy Prince, a name that will forever be etched in the annals of Canadian history. It's going to be a wild ride, so buckle up and let's get started. Let's rewind to the heart of Manitoba, to the lands of the broken-head Ojibwe Nation. Imagine a time long ago where traditions ran deep and the connection to the land was everything. It was here, amidst the sprawling landscapes and close-knit community, that Tommy Prince was born in 1915. A new life entered the world, a life destined for greatness, though no one could have known it then. He was one of 11 children, a large family bound by love, shared stories, and the rich heritage of their ancestors. Growing up, Tommy was immersed in the ancient customs and beliefs of his Anishinaabe family. He learned the ways of his people, absorbing the wisdom passed down through generations. From a young age, Tommy mastered the art of tracking, learning to read the subtle signs of the forest. Hunting became second nature to him, a skill honed through patient observation and deep understanding of the natural world. He developed an uncanny ability to move silently through the woods, becoming one with the environment, a shadow amongst the trees. These were skills passed down for generations, a legacy of knowledge and resilience connecting him to his ancestors. His great-grandfather, Chief Peguis, a name synonymous with courage and leadership, was a legendary leader, a protector of his people, who fought tirelessly to safeguard their land and preserve their cherished culture in the face of immense challenges. That powerful legacy instilled in young Tommy a deep sense of pride in his heritage and a profound sense of responsibility to uphold the values of his people. Life on the reserve was undeniably tough, marked by hardship and the constant struggle for survival. Adding to these challenges, Tommy was sent to a residential school, an experience that inflicted immense pain and suffering on countless Indigenous children, a dark chapter in Canadian history. Despite the attempts to strip him of his identity, Tommy held steadfastly onto his cultural heritage and the traditional teachings that had been instilled in him since childhood. He channeled his energy into honing his skills, becoming an expert marksman, a talent that would ultimately play a pivotal role in shaping his extraordinary future. Tommy was a young man of remarkable character, tough, resilient, intelligent, and deeply connected to his indigenous roots. He possessed an unparalleled mastery of the wilderness, a knowledge passed down through generations, forged by an intimate connection to the land. With the spirit of a great chief coursing through his veins, he possessed an unwavering determination and a readiness to face any challenge that lay ahead. But beneath the surface of this skilled and determined young man, he was still just a young man, searching for his place in the world, yearning to find his true purpose. Little did he know that destiny had already set in motion a series of events that would forever alter the course of his life. Destiny had big plans for Tommy Prince. As the storm clouds of a global conflict gathered on the horizon, the world stood on the precipice of war, and soon, Tommy's unique and extraordinary talents would be called upon in ways he could never have imagined. The world was on the verge of discovering the true extent of Tommy's capabilities, the hidden depths of his courage, and the extraordinary potential that lay within him. His adventure was just beginning, a journey that would lead him from the familiar landscapes of his homeland to the far-flung corners of the world where he would become a legend. When World War II broke out, Tommy Prince felt the call to serve, but joining the army wasn't easy. Indigenous people faced unfair barriers. Tommy tried to enlist several times and was turned away despite his skills. He refused to give up, showing the determination that would define him. Finally, in 1940, he joined the Canadian Army as a Royal Canadian Engineer. His wilderness skills made him stand out immediately. He could move silently, spot hidden dangers, and shoot with incredible accuracy. Tommy's talents caught the attention of his commanders. He was recommended for a top-secret elite unit. This was the chance to show what a boy from Broken Head Ojibwe Nation could do. Tommy's big adventure was about to begin. He was ready for the challenge. The world would soon know his name. The legend of Tommy Prince was in motion. Tommy joined the 1st Special Service Force, a unique and highly specialized unit conceived during the Second World War. This wasn't just any military outfit, it was a combined Canadian-American force designed for the most challenging and dangerous missions. The selection process was rigorous, seeking out only the toughest and most resourceful soldiers. They were soon to be known as the Devil's Brigade, a name whispered with fear by their enemies. The Devil's Brigade insignia, a red spearhead, became a symbol of their daring and effectiveness. This was an elite commando unit, forged in the fires of intense training and unwavering dedication, feared by the enemy for their relentless attacks and unconventional tactics. They were the tip of the spear, the ones sent in when the odds were stacked against them. These soldiers trained extensively for parachuting, mastering the art of airborne insertion into enemy territory. They learned to jump from planes in the dead of night, landing silently and ready for action. Their training also included mountain climbing, scaling treacherous peaks and navigating icy terrain. This skill would prove invaluable in the harsh environments where they would be deployed. And of course, hand-to-hand combat, honing their skills in close-quarters fighting, turning them into lethal weapons in any situation. They were taught to be resourceful and deadly, able to take down enemies with their bare hands. Tommy's background as an indigenous man gave him a unique and significant advantage. He possessed skills and knowledge that were rare and highly valuable in the context of modern warfare. He was already a master of stealth and survival, having grown up immersed in the natural world. He knew how to move unseen, how to live off the land, and how to anticipate the movements of others. Recognizing the value of his expertise, he taught his fellow soldiers tracking and camouflage skills, drawing directly from his indigenous heritage. He shared ancient techniques passed down through generations, giving his unit an edge in the field. The Devil's Brigade was eventually sent to the treacherous mountains of Italy, a critical theater of war where the fighting was brutal and unforgiving. The rugged terrain and harsh weather conditions tested even the most seasoned soldiers. It was here, amidst the towering peaks and deep valleys, where the fighting was especially fierce. The enemy was entrenched and determined, making every inch of ground a hard-fought victory. In this challenging environment, Tommy quickly became a reconnaissance expert, utilizing his natural abilities to gather crucial intelligence. He excelled at sneaking behind enemy lines, moving silently and undetected to gather vital information about their positions, strengths, and weaknesses. It was incredibly dangerous work, requiring nerves of steel and unwavering focus. One wrong move, one misplaced step, could mean disaster, not only for Tommy but for his entire unit. The stakes were always incredibly high, but Tommy thrived on the challenge, embracing the danger and using his skills to outwit the enemy. He possessed a rare combination of courage, intelligence, and physical prowess. He was often found crawling through mud and snow, enduring freezing temperatures, hidden for hours, patiently observing the enemy. His remarkable patience and sharp eyes made him an invaluable asset to the Devil's Brigade. He could spot the slightest movement, the faintest sound, and interpret its meaning with uncanny accuracy. The accurate and timely intelligence he brought back saved countless Allied lives, preventing ambushes and enabling successful attacks. His contributions were immeasurable. His extraordinary bravery and exceptional skill impressed everyone who witnessed his actions, earning him the respect and admiration of all. From his fellow soldiers who relied on him in the heat of battle, to his commanding officers who recognized his strategic value, Tommy was held in the highest regard. Tommy Prince quickly became one of the most respected and admired members of the entire 1st Special Service Force, a testament to his courage, skill, and unwavering dedication. He was more than just a soldier, he was a symbol of resilience, ingenuity, and unwavering commitment to duty. He was a legend in the making, a name that would be spoken with reverence for generations to come. And his story was just getting started, with even greater challenges and triumphs yet to come. The world was about to witness his most daring feats, acts of bravery that would defy imagination and cement his place in military history. Tommy's courage would soon become the stuff of legend, inspiring future generations of soldiers and reminding us of the extraordinary potential that lies within each of us. The Devil's Brigade, already a force to be reckoned with, had found its shining star in Tommy Prince, a true warrior and a symbol of unwavering resolve. One of Tommy's most famous missions in Italy sounds like a movie. The Devil's Brigade needed to locate enemy artillery, but a communication line was cut. Tommy disguised himself as a farmer, blending in right under the enemy's noses. He fixed the wire while pretending to tie his shoelaces, pure nerve. For 3 days he reported enemy positions, helping the Allies target their attack. Thanks to Tommy's bravery and quick thinking, 4 German artillery posts were destroyed. Not a single Allied life was lost. Tommy's courage and smarts saved the day. He proved that brains and bravery go hand in hand. What a legend. After Italy, Tommy and the Devil's Brigade moved to southern France in 1944. Tommy was sent deep behind enemy lines to gather intelligence and work with the French resistance. He trekked over 100 kilometers on foot, moving only at night. Tommy earned the trust of the resistance and set up a hidden observation post. He directed artillery fire with deadly accuracy, disrupting enemy plans. When resistance fighters were captured, Tommy risked his life to help them escape. His loyalty and courage made him a brother-in-arms to the French. Tommy's actions helped pave the way for the Allied liberation of southern France. His legend grew with every mission. He was a hero to all who fought beside him. For his bravery, Tommy Prince became one of Canada's most decorated Indigenous war heroes. He received the Military Medal from King George VI at Buckingham Palace. The United States awarded him the Silver Star and the Purple Heart. The French honored him with the Croix de Guerre avec Palme. In total, Tommy earned 11 medals for his service in World War II and the Korean War. His medals were symbols of courage, not just for himself, but for all Indigenous soldiers. Tommy wore them with pride, representing his people and their contributions. He proved that an Indigenous man from Manitoba could be one of the world's finest soldiers. Tommy's story inspired respect at home and abroad. He was a true blue hero, recognized for extraordinary service. His legacy was just beginning. The world would never forget his name. Tommy Prince stood tall among heroes. After the war, Tommy Prince returned home a hero but faced injustice. Indigenous veterans were denied the same rights and benefits as others. Tommy refused to accept this unfairness. He became a powerful voice for Indigenous rights, using his fame to spotlight injustice. As chairman of the Manitoba Indian Association, he fought for equality and better opportunities. He challenged the government to honor treaties and improve education, healthcare, and economic prospects for Indigenous peoples. Tommy's battle shifted from the battlefield to the halls of power. He faced personal hardships but never lost his sense of duty. Tommy showed that heroism means standing up for what's right, even when it's hard. He fought for justice and a better future for the next generation. His activism was as important as his military service. Tommy Prince's legacy grew beyond the war. He became a champion for his people. Tommy Prince passed away in 1977, but his legacy lives on. He's remembered as one of Canada's greatest soldiers and a tireless advocate for Indigenous rights. Schools, streets, and buildings bear his name, keeping his story alive. Tommy teaches us that courage means facing both enemies and injustice. He showed the power of heritage, resilience, and pride. His story reminds us of the sacrifices of Indigenous veterans. By remembering Tommy, we honor all who served and fought for a better Canada. He proved that one person can make a world of difference. Tommy Prince's legacy is a beacon of hope and inspiration. What a legend.